Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2025 ski test. Got a DPS Carbon Wailer 100 for you today, and if that name sounds somewhat familiar, then it should. This is kind of the latest incantation of the Wailer skis from DPS. This is a new model for this year. They kind of are using a new construction to go along with the existing ish pagoda build and taking it into the next millennium, if you will. Carbon Wailer 100 uses a poplar wood core. So in years past, we've seen DPS really experiment with different layering of different woods from poplar and ash to beech and paulownia. This one is kind of simplifying things with a poplar wood core. And then as opposed to two full sheets of carbon, we actually have top and bottom laminates of carbon infused fiberglass. So in that glass, there are strips of carbon that run the length of the ski, and those are giving that kind of mix of glass and carbon are giving the ski its stiffness and responsiveness. So we're getting a lot of what we used to know in terms of shape from Pagoda and Wailer, and then moving it into a slightly different build. So it's not quite as stiff as the Pagoda or the older skis are that use the two full sheets of laminates, of carbon laminate, excuse me, but they are still very responsive and very precise, in addition to being extremely floaty. So DPS has kind of maneuvered around and kind of undergone a change in their shaping and profiling. What used to be RP and C2 is now known as rocker and directional. These fall in the rocker category, and those are the ones that adhere to the 15-meter turn radius. So in order to get a ski that's in any length really, and this is a 179, but in order to get a ski like this to adhere to that, they have to be pretty dramatic with their rocker profile and taper shape, and they do just that. You know, what we normally think of as a DPS ski with extreme rocker profiles, this new Carbon Wailer 100 definitely falls under that category. Just a ton of splay. You know, this distance is massive in these skis, and then we also have that dramatic taper. So they got to bring the widest part down in order to create that 15-meter turn radius in the middle. These are really intended to be used in softer snow, although I've always been a big fan of these 15-meter skis in a groomer format. Like, you know, obviously the softer the better, but anything that's smooth, it's really fun to kind of hook in and get that 15-meter arc coming out of the ski. But soft snow is really where these thrive. There aren't too many better floaters out there at 100 millimeters underfoot. And then we see similar qualities in the tail. You know, that taper shape, that widest part is brought down a whole lot. The tail splay is not nearly as catastrophic as it is in the tips, but it is enough. And now that the skis aren't terribly stiff, you don't need all that splay back there. So a pretty interesting way of designing these skis. I think DPS really does a good job at kind of knowing what they're going for in a ski, which is short turn precision and a high quality feel. They take those two aspects and just totally run with it and do it better than most other companies. You know, they are expensive. You know, they will kind of top the list each year in terms of the most expensive skis out there. But there also aren't a whole lot of skis with this type of technology and design that are handmade in the USA. So you are kind of getting a different style of ski, you know, regardless of how much money you spend. So if those things are important to you, if that precision, if that American-made quality are part of your priority list, then I would strongly suggest taking a look at these. They're really well made and just a ton of fun. I think that if you haven't been on a DPS and you like that short turn precision combined with that nice flotation, this is a really great place to be. So make sure you check out this all new DPS Carbon Wailer 100 here at SkiEssentials.com, and we'll see you out there on the hill. Bye.